Good evening and welcome to Grace United Methodist Church. We're delighted to see you, so many smiling faces here for this musical presentation. My name's Andrew Mead. I'm the Director of Worship and Music here, and I'm really excited for what you're about to hear. We've got two great bell choirs, our own Grace Notes bell choir that you see up here, and then some friends who are coming to join us, led by Hillary Murata and some other familiar faces from our church, and some others as well are going to be ringing a couple pieces. So we're really excited about this and just glad that you're all here. Before we just jump into our program, I just want to point out a couple things on the back of your program upcoming here at Grace. It's Christmas. There's lots of stuff going on everywhere. But if you're looking for some more festive things, on the bottom there you can see we have a blue Christmas service coming up on Wednesday evening. Then on Thursday at noon, if you're free during the day, we're going to have a wonderful Christmas recital here, casual. It'll be an hour or less, and there'll be cookies afterwards, just like there's cookies tonight. We do cookies with everything here at Grace, so. But that's going to be wonderful, led by our accompanist and pianist here, Elizabeth Etnoyer. She's going to be playing some seasonal favorites, and we have a guest cellist as well. So it's going to be a wonderful event. So come on out if you're free this Thursday at noon right here. And then if you don't have a place to worship on Christmas Eve, we have several options available to you, and we'd love to see you for any of those. You can reach out to our website or call the office if you want more information about any of that. But without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Holly Brubaker and the Grace Handbell Choir.
Wow, it is so great to see so many people here supporting us. We really appreciate you coming out, especially on a night like tonight. So our first selection is Carol of the Bells, and many people actually come to kind of expect this, especially from a bell choir, right, during the holiday season. Sometimes you'll hear it titled Ukrainian Bell Carol. It was originally composed by Mykola Leontovich in 1914 to celebrate the New Year, which in pre-Christian Ukraine was celebrated in April, in the springtime. It tells a tale of promise, hope, and better times ahead. But then with the introduction of Christianity in Ukraine and the adoption of the Julian calendar, the celebration of New Year was moved from April to January. And the song was later rearranged with lyrics centered around the theme of bells because the melody reminded the composer of handbells. So this new version was first sung during the Great Depression and is now strongly associated with Christmas because of the new lyrics, which reference bells, caroling, and the line, Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. So please enjoy this arrangement of Carol of the Bells by Kathy Mogelbust. Thank you. Our next arrangement is Still, Still, Still. This selection is an Austrian carol and a lullaby that dates back to the 19th century. The lyrics paint a picture of calm, peace, and serenity of that first Christmas night, with Mary holding her newborn child in her arms, probably rocking him back and forth, protecting him from the cold night air, while the angels came down to sing to the newborn child. The message of the song is incredibly powerful and promotes peace and love. In this arrangement, you'll hear a couple of different bell techniques. You'll hear the suspended mallets where the ringers are holding a bell and tapping it with a mallet. You'll also hear the hand chimes, which look a little bit like a tuning fork. It's a little bit of a softer, more mellow sound. And actually, those hand chimes are part of what we're raising our fundraiser for, to get the lower octave of those chimes, which are very large and have that very deep tone like you would hear on the pedal of the organ. So please enjoy this arrangement of Still, Still, Still by Sandy Ethan, and it's also featuring our very own honorary bell member, George Woodring, ringing the wind chimes for us. anything with George is a great song, right? Our next selection is Christmas Bell Suite, and this is actually a medley of 3 different songs. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Ding Dong Merrily on High, and King Glocken. It's arranged by John Benke. You know, one of the great things about putting on a concert is not just playing the music, but actually learning about the carols, and this one really fascinated me. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day has a very interesting background. Some of you may know it. And there's actually some movies that are out now based on this story, including a production by Lancaster Sight and Sound recently put out a movie on this. But it's based on a poem that is penned by Henry Longfellow. And Longfellow experienced much anguish and adversity in his life, including the tragic death of his wife when her dress caught fire in a house fire. He also, one of his sons, enlisted in the Civil War without telling him, so that was a little bit of a challenge for him as well. And then his son was severely wounded. So this song affirms that despite the hardships and the hate that was felt, especially during the Civil War, that God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong will fail, the right prevail. And it ultimately tells us that there will be peace on earth and goodwill towards men. The second selection is Ding Dong Merrily on High. It originally had nothing to do with Christmas at all, actually. It was instead a French dance tune. But much later, George Woodward, not Woodring, came across the melody, and through his passion and enthusiasm for pealing handbells, it was inspired to give him the bell-inspired text. And then finally, King Glocken, which translates to Ring Little Bell, is a German Christmas carol from the 19th century, and it appropriately pairs bells with Christmas time. In this arrangement, you'll again see the ringers using those mallets, but instead of suspending the bells, they'll mount them on the table, which gives like a short, stopped sound. So please enjoy this arrangement of Christmas Bell Suite. That should get you in the Christmas spirit, right? Our next selection is O Little Town of Bethlehem. Phillips Brooke penned this Christmas hymn for Sunday school children in his parish in Philadelphia following a pilgrimage that he took to Bethlehem in 1865. He was inspired by his trip to the Holy Land, which included a ride on horseback from Jerusalem to Bethlehem on Christmas Eve. Now, wouldn't that be something? When he was writing a new song of Christmas for the children, he recalled the beauty and the simplicity of his Holy Land visit. In this arrangement by Sandy Ethan, you'll also hear hints of other candles woven in throughout the piece, including Silent Night, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and O Come, Emmanuel. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I had the right order. I'd like to introduce Hillary and her ringers to ring a few songs for you. That I Wonder As I Wander is one of my favorite arrangements. Really puts you in the spirit. Another fun song for you, West Indies Carol. This arrangement is a calypso version of Mary's Boy Child, which was written by Jester Hairston. As a young man, Jester was asked to create something for a birthday party. And knowing that most of the guests that were invited to the party would be West Indian, he gave the song a calypso rhythm. But the song was never recorded. But sometime later, he was asked to write a Christmas song where he penned Mary's Boy Child and put the lyrics to the original calypso rhythm. It was later recorded by Harry Belafonte. This song happily tells the story of the Savior's birth that took place in Bethlehem, marking the moment that God assumed the form of a human to live on earth, and how each of us have the opportunity for salvation and everlasting life. Joining us in our percussion is Andrew on the bongos, John on the claves, and Sheila on the shakers.
Evening. I'm Charlie Salisbury, and they tell me I'm the pastor around here. I was thinking in getting ready for this evening of an old proverb that many of us are familiar with, about a wedding. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And, I was thinking about that in relationship to the Handbell ministry. There's some old around here. I'm not talking about George. Some of these folks have been ringing for a long time. And yet, we also have some new ringers. And also, if you're not familiar, and I've been learning a lot about the handbells here, some of these bells are borrowed. And, You know, fortunately, somebody was willing to lend us some bells to make this happen. Well, you know, I've also learned that handbells are an investment, okay? It's not like buying a lawn ornament and sticking it out in front of your yard. It's like having a car or a teenager. You know, you can't believe all the money you're pouring into that. All right? I mean, these handbells need refurbished. They need all kinds of things. And also, when you play handbells, I think you're a dreamer. Because you also look, what more could we do? What more could we be? And the folks around me here, we have been, and when I say we, I really mean them, have been raising money to expand the bells, bigger bells, some chimes and things like that for the last several months, okay? They had a bake auction, they sold subs, and they smiled a lot. And we've sort of set this evening as sort of the end of that season, of the current season, and that's why we're having an offering tonight, okay? Just so you're very clear, every penny of the offering that we're gathering goes toward 100% to the Handbell ministry. So we invite you, if you would, to share in that in whatever way you feel led to do that. If you would like to write a check, write to Grace Church and Grace United Methodist and just put handbells in there and it'll all go there. And so we'd like to share that. And a couple more things. Number one, I want to thank the folks in the tech area back there. We have some folks watching online tonight that couldn't wait to see this. And that helps make that possible. And the other thing I'm going out on a limb about, if you're watching this and you say, man, that'd be awesome, be cool. I think we probably could have a way or something to, if you'd be interested in ringing handbells, I think we might have some people that would answer your questions. Okay? You don't need to be from this church. You don't need to be from this town. Okay? You don't even need to like me. Okay? So, my friends, let us share as God has led us. And would you pray with me? Lord, I give you thanks for fun. I thanks for music. And I thank when you can bring both those things together in something that praises you and makes people's hearts have a little more joy. We are blessed, and in this offering, we will watch that blessing grow. Amen.
So as Pastor Charlie said, we love answering questions, so feel free to come up and talk to us or join us for cookies afterwards. We love talking. How many handbell ringers do we have out there? You better raise your hand, Val. There's another one. How many musicians? So you'll love this. I just have to share. This is one of the things the bell choir got me, and you all appreciate this. It's obviously a tumbler, but it says, if at first you don't succeed, try doing what your handbell director told you to do in the first place. Isn't it great? All right, our next selection is Jesu Bambina. Jesu Bambina translates to Infant Jesus or Christ Child. And this beautiful Italian carol was written by Pietro Jan in 1917, with its chorus derived from O Come All Ye Faithful. The Italian text was translated to English by Frederick Martins, although the English text is only a partial resemblance to the original Italian text. This arrangement by Sherry Ellery Rogers incorporates a very clever combination of those two tunes with the handbells, ringing the original melody that is overlaid by ringing O Come All Ye Faithful on the hand chimes throughout the piece. right, now it's your turn. If you would like to stand and sing with us, Andrew is going to play Angels from the Realms of Glory. We'd love to hear your voices. wonderful. So as we set up for our next number, it's going to be Nutcracker Suites. And I know there are some ringers who would like me to just toss this one from the program. It's a little bit tricky because it has a lot of bell changes in it, a lot. And it's not necessarily as sacred music, but Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker is another very popular holiday tradition. Of course, it's the story of a young German girl who dreams of the Nutcracker prince in a fierce battle against a mouse king with 7 heads. This arrangement by Michael Ryan creates a lovely medley of 5 of the classic dance tunes, including March, Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, Russian Dance, Dance of the Reed Flutes, and the Waltz of the Flowers. This arrangement is played completely on those hand chimes that fork, looks like a tuning fork, sorry. Please enjoy this arrangement by Michael Ryan. See, not so bad, right? That's not what they're saying. Our next song, Angels and the Shepherds. The words and the music of this Bohemian Christmas carol originated in Czechoslovakia by an unknown author. The lyrics were translated from what is believed to be 12th century Latin into English in 1912. The text reflects the elements from the Nativity story, the Annunciation of the shepherds, their walk to the manger, and their adoration. And it also invites and encourages us to honor Christ based on the account of the angel's appearances to the shepherds of Bethlehem after the birth of Christ with the text, "O come, all ye shepherds." This composition is arranged by Jason Krug, and we again are joined by George on our wind chimes. So no Christmas would be complete without Silent Night. This beloved holiday tune is a story of a calm and bright silent night and the wonder of a tender and mild newborn child. These words were written in 1816 by a young priest in Austria in the aftermath of the Napoleonic Wars. And it was first performed on Christmas Eve in 1818 at St. Nicholas Parish Church in Obendorf, which is in present-day Austria. Father Moore brought the words to the choir director, Franz Gruber, and asked him to compose a melody with guitar accompaniment because their organ was broken and they needed something for Mass that evening. The melody has changed slightly over the years to what is commonly known today. So please enjoy this arrangement of Silent Night, also arranged by Sandy Ethan, and again, accompanied by our honorary choir member, George. tonight. We would like to play one more for you. But before we do, I have a lot of people I want to thank. I want to thank Andrew and Pastor Charlie and our entire congregation for their continuous support for the handbell choirs. I want to thank all of you for spending the evening with us. And I especially want to thank all of my ringers. They put in a lot of extra hours, extra rehearsals, a lot of frustration sometimes to get a lot of music prepared as well as our church music prepared. But thank you all for such a great job. So our final selection combines We Wish You a Merry Christmas, Jingle Bells, and the Wassail Song. We, again, very much appreciate you attending tonight, supporting our bell choir. We invite you to join us for cookies. We thank you for the support and the funds that you've given us to buy some more toys, and we appreciate all that you can give there. You can never have too many toys when it comes to bells. So thank you. We'll see you afterwards for cookies. We'd love to answer any questions, talk to you, anything. If you're interested in bells, come talk to us. And we wish you a very merry and very blessed Christmas. Thank you again. Please come join us for cookies and conversation and fellowship.